I remember as a young child watching the steam come out of a kettle. I loved watching the steam condense into water. It really fascinated me on how it was able to do it. So, I thought if I was able to collect enough steam that I could do great things. I was born in 1736 in Greenock, Scotland. My dad, he was a carpenter, and he built anything from ships to furniture. As a young boy, I remember learning various skills from him being a carpenter. When I was in my mid-teens, I knew I wanted to build instruments. In 1754, I went to Glasgow, Scotland, and soon I met Robert Dick at the University of Glasgow. He was a scientist at the university. Robert was impressed with my basic skills of instrument making, and he recommended that I was sent to England so I could be trained. When I did eventually get to England, no one was willing to train me. By the time I was around 21, a man came to me and he said that I could be his apprentice. His name was John Moore. And after 1 year of being his apprentice and getting trained, I returned to Glasgow, where I was able to start my business up in instrument making. As an instrument maker, I wasn't really able to get established as a business because of the larger competition around me. So I came to a solution to switch to musical instrument making. My instruments were much improvements of the old ones, and I really started making a profit. I recognized the potential of an engine and what it could do, more than just pumping water. So, at around 1755, a professor came to me with a problem. The problem was with the pump. So basically what he wanted me to do was improve the pump. So, about 2 years later, I was able to come up with a solution. It wasn't a very great success, but I still was able to look back on that as an accomplishment in my life. And then there was this opportunity that a mining company gave me to replace their company engine with the Bolton Watt engine, which is my engine. And at that time, it was a great success, and I was able to make a huge profit off of it. And so some other major contributions that I developed included devices that help regulate steam flow. By the 1800s, there were several industries using my engine. You see, the way that I made my engine more efficient than the old one was to add a second cylinder. See, the old one had one separate cylinder that heated and cooled the same piston, which forced it to go up and down, which created the process of pumping water and much more. So I had an idea to add a second cylinder in a separate chamber that could cool it when the boiler could heat it up, so it will be more efficient. And you see, yeah. And if you'll follow me over here, you can see right here, I made up the method of horsepower. So as you can see the diagram, 1 horsepower is 735.5 watts. When you move 75 kilograms up 1 meter for 1 second, you have a horsepower. One day, I hope that someone can improve my engine as I improved another person's engine.